traders. Hopefully everyone survived the market today. These Fed days are real tricky. They can be real choppy during the mornings, go dead pretty much in the afternoon. And then we get a quick spike in one direction, and then we get a counter spike in the opposite direction, which is the real move for the day. All of which we saw today, all of which made it real tricky. Market was up over 1% and then continued to fade back down to negative 1%, so that's a 2% loss. That's a lot of selling, a lot of extreme selling into the end of the day. It did pull up a little bit, but not much. So I thought I'd do a nightly watch list for you here. Go over a couple stocks. We have some long and shorts. It's good to be prepared with both directions. Nobody really knows where this market's going or what it's really going to do. First on the list is GEOY. It looks good for a red to green move. The volume is kind of lacking, but it's still pretty strong. If it opens up flat, it would also be ideal because it's starting to form a bear flag in the 30 minutes, and you can see it even better on the 5 minutes. I mean a bull flag, sorry. So if it takes out the highs, it's also a good trigger. It's got some room to run. It doesn't really have any support zones or resistance zones ahead. WINN is flagging down here, symmetrical flag. It could break lower, which would be with the trend direction, but we could see a break higher above this point, about 547. Look for a quick trade right into the 20-day moving average, which is also this resistance zone over here. OCZ tried to break out today, pulled back. It's still strong on a very down day. I would look for it just to try again over this 783 level. Just pretend this big spike didn't happen and look to see if you can get in that trade. HALO, looking to test the highs again, see if it breaks out over this big spike here. Flow is setting up with these, starting to consolidate. I would look for the 358 area. It's been a strong resistance point. Let's see if we could take that back out again. MNI, bunch of big strong moves, starting to work off those conditions, flagging under the 200-day moving average, see if it pops under that. Probably needs a couple more days though to work off those overbought conditions. AKRX over these highs, strong on a down day. Jazz looks really weak. Looks like it's good short under the 200-day moving average. My first target would be down here at this support zone at the 3420. ORIG, IPO name, still new, but starting to put in this bottom. 20 days starting to catch up to it. Look for that 20-day to flatten out and then to pop over this little box it's got going on. DRGT, these bottom bounces have been working pretty strong. Look for a break over the $8 range. LGF, this one could have went either way. It looks like it's going to be a good short, which is the direction I was hoping it would go. It's already starting to break down below, so use the intraday charts to help you time a good entry on this. My first target would be the 50-day moving average. Seems like a solid risk reward on this one. UMPQ, kind of a messy stock. We'll watch it over the highs over here, see if it can just break out that 1280 area. A-Run, starting to look like a good short. You got some support going on here. Starting to get pushed down by the 20-day moving average. I would look for my target to be either down here at the end of this bear flag or even up here at like 1950-ish. Exam, look for a break above the 50-day moving average and then I start to fill the gap. You got a bunch of resistance zones in here, so be careful when you're trying to find a place to take your profits. HTC looks like a good short under this support area. Bunch of open air underneath. CMC has got a lot of support right here under this 200-day moving average. Definitely a short below that. CVC, this one's a little tricky because it did put in the support, broke below it, but it's starting to base again. Got a tiny little bear flag going on. Look for a break below this $14 range to short it. POZN is starting to consolidate on low volume and flag under this 200-day moving average. Look for a long above that. TSYS, look for a bounce on the intraday level above 233. AFFY, short below this into a gap fill. And SUNH, look for a red to green move or just a break of these highs. Hopefully this helps everyone. Trade tomorrow. Good luck, and I'll